Hello and welcome to another episode of our Speakeasy podcast. As always, that's Ken.
I am Ken.
I'm John.
That is John.
How are you doing?
I'm doing.
You're doing.
Oh, wait, you were asking them. Sorry.
I'm
I
asking,
interrupted that.
No, I want to know how you're doing. I don't care about
I'm
them.
doing all right. I'm happy
All right.
because I scored some of this cool new
Yeah.
1924 Old Forester 100 proof bourbon, man.
I'm excited for this, man. I've been
Yeah.
seeing this everywhere.
Yeah, it's been popping up on the groups.
Hey, let me ask you a question, though. When you buy a bottle of bourbon and you post it on certain Facebook posts in the certain Facebook groups, are you supposed to put the bottle next to your crotch? Is that like the thing?
Well, that's people make fun of that. It's called the crotch shot.
The crotch shot. Okay, so it is a thing.
Yeah, it's
All
because people tend to buy a bottle, get so excited that they just scored a good bottle. They can't wait till they get home, so they post it while they're in their car, and it's
On their crotch.
Well, it just so happens to be a crotch shot a lot of the time.
But I'm not making it up. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you take a picture of that next to your crotch?
No, I did not take a picture.
Would you like
of
me to
this.
take a picture of that next to your crotch?
I would not like you to take
Okay.
a picture because it's going to put my crotch to shame.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I am excited because we've been seeing this 1924 everywhere.
Yes.
And,
Yeah. I scored this one at Somerville Super Saver. Good old Somerville.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I saw one on the
I
shelf.
thought it was like a black market type of thing.
No, I saw it there, and I've seen it at other places as well.
Remember, you sent me a text. You're like, look what I got. And I was like, yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, I
Boy came
actually
through.
May have something else coming.
1926?
No, but John is a huge fan of Woodford Double Oak.
Ooh, no, don't tell me you got the double.
I might have that coming.
Bro, I will
Enjoy.
I
it
will
when
love
bring
you
it.
forever if you get the double.
That one is like I think might be like a more Kentucky kind of exclusive kind of one. So that'll be pretty cool to get on the show.
Yeah,
so
I've been searching high and low,
we'll
man.
see. See if my sources come through on that.
Come on, source.
Yes, and we'll see what happens.
All right.
Yeah, but back to the 1924 Old Forester. This is one that if you know anything about Old Forester, they have their 1910, their 1920, So this is one that is going to be, I think it may be actually a repeat release. So they might have this one again
Okay.
every year. It's a special edition one, though.
It's highly sought after.
Yes. Retail on this is a little higher at about 115 to 120-ish. Secondary is going for about 200 on it. I did not pay secondary on this, just so
Okay.
you guys know.
Good.
I got this one at the store. So,
Good.
But yeah.
we've been to Old Forester. Well, we went to Old Forester.
Mhm.
Is that where? That wasn't the distillery though, right? That was just like a storefront. Although we did see them bottling, right?
Yeah,
That's the place. We did see them
yeah,
bottling.
yeah, that's a good question, John. That I'm not going to answer. So, but just to give you guys a heads up, this whiskey is distilled by us only, and we are responsible for the richness and fine quality. Its elegant flavor is solely due to original fineness developed with care. There's nothing better in the market. I might beg to differ. But the interesting thing with this too is this is Brown Foreman. So like Brown Foreman is like your King of Kentucky, which is King of Kentucky's. You know, when you get that, it's a expensive bottle. I'm talking, upwards of couple thousand, or whatever.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so that's the mash bill and everything they're going with this. And I believe Early Times, actually, which is the lower end, is similar as well. So you can enjoy this. And, you can maybe do a side-by-side if you have the money to get a King of Kentucky. Personally, you will not see that here anytime soon.
Yeah.
I don't spend that much on bourbon. I spend, but not that much.
Not that much.
Yeah.
And Old Forester puts out good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's drink this.
Let's do
or
this.
smell this. Let's do something with it. Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm getting some dessert notes on this one, man.
Very sweet.
Yeah. Black cherry.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
Caramel.
I'm not getting as much caramel. I don't think I'm getting caramel.
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar, yeah. I'll say brown sugar. I want some of you. All right. Cheers.
Nutty. What's the proof on that?
It's 100, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says right on the top.
Yeah,
there.
100 proof. Yeah, which is like your typical bottle and bond.
So, the flavor on this lingers a little bit on the back of the tongue.
Very nice. It sits.
It's not. It hangs. It's not boozy.
Yeah.
It don't burn too much. It's nice. I
It is
like it.
nice. I can
like
hang
it.
with this.
I like it.
It is very. I could have this
Uh,
with like, and we mentioned it's desserty. I can have this with like a dessert, man. I could have
Yeah.
it with like a nice, rich chocolate cake or something of that sort. You know, it's good.
Would you kill me if I said I might like the 1910 a little bit better?
No, it's your preference, man.
Okay.
No shanks coming today.
Thankfully.
Yeah, I like the 1920,
Okay. Yeah.
but I'm not going to say I like it better necessarily.
Yeah. No. I guess we'd have to have all three lined up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're not doing that today.
Yeah. I think it's good. It's solid.
I think it's really good.
I think for secondary, I wouldn't pay secondary for it.
Agreed.
But at the price tag it is, it's a little high, but I wouldn't pass on it necessarily. You know, I would say, all right, cool. It's a limited bottle. You're not going to get this all the time. Why not? Let's
Yeah, especially the way
try it out.
people been looking for it. People been searching everywhere for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you found it, so I guess it can't be that hard to come by.
Well, it's me we're
But
talking
it's
about.
selling out pretty fast
Yeah.
everywhere they put it out.
Yeah, people. It's going for a big deal. I see on secondary is a deal is 2 for $300
Can
on these, but
you explain why? Why is this such sought after?
because it's new, because it's limited.
Okay.
And
Because I've seen 1910, I see 1920 in the stores all the time.
well, that's why you see them all the time.
Right.
So something
What
like
makes
this,
this special?
well, you're not going to see this all the time. It's limited. It's like seeing a Blanton's in the stores. Blanton's amazing. Yeah, it's good, but it's not like fantastic. It's because it's limited. You don't see it in the store that often.
Okay.
So people are like, all right, well, I'm not going to see it often. It's an all-around good bourbon, but it's just, the rarity of it, I guess, and just not seeing it. I think that's part of the allure.
So I don't want to take away because we're drinking Old Forester right now, but you just mentioned Blanton's, and I want to ask you a question.
Yes, you may.
On a lot of Facebook bourbon forums, whether it be Facebook, anywhere else, Reddit, I see a lot of people, not a lot of people, but a good amount of people shit on Blanton's sometimes. So is Blanton's, in your opinion, overpriced for the liquid that they put out?
Depends if you get it for retail. If you're getting for $59, $69 a bottle, no, it's a decent bourbon.
But do you see that as well? Do you know what I'm talking about?
It gets shat on a lot because it's a newbie bourbon. It's one of those ones that people who are just getting into bourbon, and that's sort of like, I hate
like
to
people
use the
such as
word
myself.
unicorn. Yeah, I hate to say it's like unicorn, but it's a nice one. It's a cool one to have on your shelf.
Gotcha.
And it's got the horsies on it, and you're gonna collect all the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
horsies. So I mean, I guess that's why.
So I had an opportunity to buy when I told you, my local ShopRite liquor,
All right.
and it was $100. It wasn't on the shelf. It was in the back.
Nowadays,
In
that's
a
not
room.
horrible. Yeah.
But I don't know. I just felt like $100. Blanton's. I've had a Blanton's
Yeah.
here or there.
Yeah.
I didn't want to pay $100 for it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I went through my phase. I got a few bottles of it.
To me, if I can't buy the collection, what's the sense of just having one? Just to say I have Blanton's? I'm not that kind of guy.
I know.
I'm not that kind of guy.
I know. I mean, something like Straight from the Barrel is fantastic.
Yeah,
but that's different. We're just talking regular Blanton's here. Blanton's Gold, my favorite right now, is a Straight from the Barrel. I haven't had the green or the black or the red. I haven't had some of those Japanese ones, but
Do you have the whole collection? Or are you missing one or two?
no, you'll always be missing.
Okay. Because I actually read recently where if you collect them all and you send the caps, they'll put it on a
Stave.
stave for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. The only problem with that, with me, for instance, I actually have all of them because I was, like I said about these, bourbon rookies. I was one of
Yeah.
them,
Okay.
and I ended up like going on a quest to get them all when I first started drinking bourbon, and I did get them all. But the problem is like, I have caps, and I kind of like to see the progress, but I'm not opening 8 bottles of
Right.
Blanton's.
Just
put
to
the
send the cap
yeah,
over.
I'm not doing
I
that.
got you.
I'd rather just buy the stave and just put them on whenever I put them on. You know.
Yeah.
In the future, if I decide I want to like send it and get another one, or
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it for me.
Understood.
Yeah, I kind of want to start like adding it to the stave already and just having it there whenever I crack the bottle.
Yeah.
I do tend, I often find though when it comes to Blanton's though, when you're at a bar and there's maybe yay much in a bottle, I've been to a couple bars like this, and I've never had a bartender say no. And I say, I'll drink the rest of that. I'll pay for the rest of that bottle, which sometimes is like the amount of like a single or a double.
Can I have it?
Can I have the bottle when you're done? If they say no, which they've never have,
Why
I would say no. Forget about it.
Why would they say no? Why?
Exactly. Because you're spending, you know, it's a little. They're gonna have a little bit more of a price tag on it.
Unless the bartender knows and they just want to keep the top
Yeah.
for themselves. Or the
Yes,
bottle for
exactly.
themselves.
But I've never had a bartender. I've had actually quite the opposite. I've had bartenders say, take the bottle, and they go looking, and they find the bag for it, too, as well, because they have a nice little bag for it.
A little satchel.
Yes, and they've all been pretty cool with it. So I've gotten maybe, I think, 3 bottles that way, where I'm like, can I take the bottle? Because you could do something, you actually can do fun things with it, aside from the tops. It's been on my quest to do. I want to make lamps.
Yes, that's what I was
been
going to
saying.
say.
I want to make
That'd
some
be cool,
lamps
man.
with it.
Yeah, 100%.
And do something cool, or you know, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I do have some empty bottles sitting around that I said I gotta, you know, I gotta do.
Yeah. I know we've
There
mentioned.
might be one down there if you want to grab it between your crotch, but
Oh, yeah.
you know, or 2 or 3 or something. But yeah, there's empty bottles everywhere.
You're missing the top.
Well, that's because that's on the stave right now. But yeah, you know. So
Yeah, like I said that I know my my whiskey thief bottle is small.
Yeah.
Am I missing the?
Yeah, you're fine. Just throw it there.
But I would like to do something with it when I'm done because you know I bottled it myself. You know what I mean? I just
Yeah,
don't
you
want to
should
keep
be-
an empty bottle. I
should be
want to do
proud
something
of
with
that.
it. Yeah, I want to do
Yes.
something.
Let me cross that bridge. Let me see where I can get. I've been kind of researching
It's
the whole
small.
supplies.
It's small to make a lamp. It's not a big.
You didn't
bottle.
get a full bottle?
I got the small bottle.
Oh my God, you're so cheap.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. We talked about this last episode. Yeah, I have a lot of regrets.
Yeah.
So we have to go back because I have a lot of regrets.
Yes. If I come across any, because on my groups I have people from Kentucky, I can always, if you're really that interested, I could put it out there and say, if you depends how much you're willing to pay. Like I could say, so what are the how much were the bottles? Like 79 or something like that?
I think I paid 85 maybe for the little one. Or 80.
Really? No,
Yeah.
that was for the bigger one, dude.
No, the bigger one was like 150.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh. Well, geez. Maybe I won't
We
buy
got
it.
robbed.
Yeah, that is expensive.
Yeah, no, I think it was $80 for the little, 150 for the big.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
Anywho, and by the way, I went back to Gary's recently because I got the
Sure.
regular one, Gary's wine. They had the regular whiskey. I have a bottle of Whiskey Thief that I now am regretting. I should have bought more of because they were selling it at Gary's. And I asked him, I said, you guys get Whiskey Thief back in there? And the guy looked at me like, you know, I don't know.
Gary's where? Oh, Bernardsville? Is
Yeah,
that where you
there's,
go?
uh,
So I
Wayne,
went to the one in
Bernardsville.
Wayne,
Yeah.
and I didn't like their bourbon selection. Really,
Yeah,
too
wait,
much.
depends where.
Total
I guess.
Wine had a lot
Yeah.
better. But
I guess it really depends where you're going, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
But anyways, back
Yeah.
to Old Forester, not to steal Old Forester's thunder right now.
No. Sorry, I went off topic.
Yes, we tend to do that. But 1924, awesome, like it. Buy it for MSRP. Don't buy it for secondary. That's my opinion on that right there. It's not to say it's bad or anything. It's got a nice flavor. It hangs. I like when a bourbon hangs and sits in your mouth for a little while. Decent stuff. Good liquid.
Decent stuff. Good liquid.
Very desserty.
The hype that it's getting, yeah.
Eh.
For all the money people
And
are
this is
spending.
the reason why I won't spend that much money for bourbon, because I always say this, okay? If I had a Pappy Van Winkle 15 years, let's just throw that number out there. If I had a Pappy Van Winkle 15 year and I had a decent $80, $90 bottle of bourbon, say I had or even something that is, all right, let me just throw out like a Stag Junior. If I had or now it's just Stag.
It's
but
just Stag.
yeah. If I had a Stag Junior and I paid, let's just say I paid 100.
Okay.
Okay. Stag prices range, but say I paid $100 and I paid $1,700 for a Pappy Van Winkle. Is it what's 100 into that? That means is it 17 times better? Is it whatever than that stag? No, it never is. Is it that much better where you think spending that much money on it? Because I often find that some of these pricier, rarer bottles, I'll try them here and there if it's from a friend or if it's...
They don't live up to the hype.
It's not 17 times better than a Stag Junior. I don't see it. I don't find it. I think it's just something cool to say you have.
Exactly.
And that's it.
You're paying for the name. You're paying for the rarity. You're paying for the fact of saying I have it.
Yeah.
You're paying extra money.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
So I don't see it. I don't see it.
I mean, and that's my philosophy as being more of a newbie, and I'm cheap. I don't want to spend. I've had the opportunity to buy a Blanton's for $100, and I was just like, but it's not one of my favorites, so I'm not going to spend the $100 just to have one bottle.
You, my friend, are smart because you're not investing in spending money because
and I'm awful scared of my wife.
You're not a name whore, I guess. You know, and you see something that is, look at that Blanton's, I'm going to buy it, you know?
And my wife beats me.
And unfortunately, I've made that mistake quite a few times, buying stuff just because of the name, and then I find out that I've been let down plenty of times. You know?
One of my favorite bourbons is that the Heaven Hill you gave me. I'll say it forever until you actually open it and try it. I will say it. That's one of my favorite.
You got to bring it back so we can have it. Actually, have it on
nothing
the
in it. I got to try to find it and buy it because
if I see another bottle, I will get it, John. Don't worry.
No,
I remember where I bought that bottle too. So
yes.
No, I bought it in Byram actually. Yeah, I remember. I actually remember basically every single bottle you see here. I know exactly what store I got it from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I know it is. It's really weird.
I can't remember if I ate breakfast yesterday.
Yeah,
you know.
Sure. I know it's such a weird thing. I don't know if it's just like what it is, but anyway.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So we wanted to talk about Ozempic. You know.
Warning, you may lose skin. You may bleed out your ass. You may
get thyroid cancer.
Bladder cancer, penis cancer.
Yes.
But you may bleed diarrhea for the rest of your life.
But you may be fine.
But you can lose 12 pounds in 3 months.
You might be good. You might be fine. You may be crazy. But you might be a lunatic you are looking for.
Nice, I like that.
Yeah.
BJ.
Yeah. So recently we've been noticing, like, it's been like the hot thing right now is Ozempic. And granted, there are other forms of it or terms for it, and all revolving around weight loss. Like Ozempic has the alternative, which has the one that's more for non-diabetics or et cetera, but it seems like Ozempic is the big one though,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to say former type 2 diabetic.
Yes.
Once you're a diabetic, you're always a diabetic.
Okay.
Mine's under control, no medicine required, nothing
Yeah.
required. But they said the same thing like with metformin back in the day. This will control your weight. This will control your appetite.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Now, it's almost like the celebrities are even doing it. You know what I mean? It's like everybody wants Ozempic because it's the quick way to lose weight.
Yeah.
All you got to do is inject yourself a couple times.
Yes.
You don't need no surgery. You don't need no diet. You don't need no exercise. You just shove a needle in your belly.
I know.
And all of a sudden, the weight sheds off.
I know. Well, it has to do with your cravings, and it kind of suppresses that. Monjaro is another one, which I think is might be actually from Ozempic.
Monjaro.
But it's focused on just the weight loss ingredient, I guess you would say.
But you know what the problem, though, is? The people who are actually diabetic and need this fucking medicine, they can't get it.
Well, that's the issue. That is the issue, is that the people who actually need it, yes. I guess, so if you're going to do it, and you're going to do Ozempic, maybe don't take the Ozempic, take the other alternative, the one that is actually focused and not the diabetic medication, the one that is geared towards that weight loss. But you see it too often nowadays, and you see where this is the thing that bothers me. This is my gripe with things, is that you see like people who are not necessarily obese, or even in some cases not necessarily overweight, but they're starting to take this stuff, which is kind of like, all right, you could just like run on the treadmill like a couple times a week and you'll be absolutely fine. For obesity, I can see why. Because with obesity, people can have heart conditions. They can have, you can actually develop diabetes, or you could have certain issues, and where, okay, maybe this might be worth it, or maybe something to consider if exercise and dieting has not worked out for you. Maybe it's a good alternative. Might be. If you weigh the risks versus the rewards, and if you can have heart condition, or you can have this issue, whatever, then, and there's a chance where you can have potentially, what's the word? Where you can die, because you're have that kind of lifestyle, which is going to eventually lead to that. Maybe Ozempic might be worth the risk,
Listen, it's a temporary fix to a long-term solution.
Yes.
I've done everything. I've done diets. I've had surgery. It all keeps coming back to me because I'm not changing my lifestyle. You can take Ozempic until you're 5 pounds, until you're a stick, until you're a skeleton.
Yes.
Once you're off of it, if
That's
your
what I hear.
lifestyle doesn't change, guess what?
Yeah.
You did it all for nothing.
Yes, I heard that once you get off it.
My lifestyle for me did not change.
Yeah.
I always had the fat mental mentality, and I love food, and I love beer, and I love the bad things that are bad for me.
Yeah.
Right? My life changed because I can no longer eat pasta. I can no longer eat red meat without getting sick. But I can down a beer. My body absorbs ice cream and chocolate cake. Yeah. So instead of staying away from it like I should have, I still indulged, and nothing changed. Everything that I worked hard for kind of flipped back and got messed up.
Yeah.
So this is just another temporary fix to a long-term problem.
That is the word on the street, that once you get off it, yes.
And it's not cheap. If you're not prescribed this by a doctor, which most good doctors are not just going to prescribe it to you if you don't have a need for it.
Yeah.
You're paying lots of money for it.
Yeah.
And once you stop, all that money's just down the tubes, man.
Yeah.
So you need to really think about stuff like this.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's you can't just inject this stuff. I mean, you have to. Granted, your cravings are going to be curbed, and you're going to start having a healthier eating lifestyle where you're not eating as much junk because you feel full. But the whole thing is, if you do it right and you actually jog while you're doing it, and you start exercising more and doing things, and when you get off it and you're still exercising, then you never know.
Yeah. Well, that's the change of the lifestyle.
Yes.
You got to keep doing it. You got to keep. Maybe when you're done injecting, you feel like you're good to go. I have a new lifestyle right now. I love to exercise. Before I hated it.
Yes.
Now I cut my portions down. I'm okay with it. If you continue that route, this is going to work 100%.
Yeah.
100%. But the minute that you're like, all right, well, I did it. I'm good. Let me go back to chocolate cake. Let me go back to just sitting on the couch watching TV.
Yes.
Guess what? Boom, 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 boom. Everything's going to come back. So
is just to get back to what we're saying. So semaglutide, whatever that is, I think is like the key thing. That's what helps with the appetite and everything. And Wegovy, Ozempic, and Mounjaro. These are all kind of like alternatives that are related or in that field and everything. And yeah, I think too. I mean, granted, they have done a lot of research on this for the last 20 years or something, and it does take time for things to get approval, things to get to that stage. But there's a lot of drugs that it takes to. Is it worth it? That's the whole thing. Is it worth it?
Hell yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it if you continue, like I said, to change your life. I had weight loss surgery. I worked hard, and then I gave up,
Yeah.
and it came back, everything that I worked hard for. And then
Yeah.
you kind of kick yourself and you're like, man, I worked so fucking hard for that.
Yeah.
Um,
It is tough. It is tough. Like just I started to set rules for myself personally, and it hasn't necessarily. I have been jogging recently. I'm on the treadmill, but personally, I said if I'm gonna have this is how I do things because I do crave. I do crave like having some cashews at night or whatever, little snacks here and there. So now I've said because I've always tended to have snacks when I drank.
yeah.
So I set a rule where I said you make one choice at night, and it's either snack
Or
drink.
Sure.
I can't have both.
Right.
And I've granted I don't know how well I don't know how well it's doing, and it's always you're always taking one vice and filling it in for another, but at least you're not doing both of them at the same time. So with that's what I'm doing currently, while I'm trying to jog and trying to, do a little bit more, watch what I'm eating, trying to watch my portions or whatever. But because I often find that when I eat and I do the stupidest eating, and is when I'm drinking. So
Right.
that's why I try to set that rule, and I've been doing all right with it so far.
Good. Yeah. No, I mean, I've tried to myself now. I've cut out a lot of beer. If
Yeah.
you go to my house, there's no beer in the fridge.
Yeah.
I just do beer either when I'm at a brewery or if I'm here.
Do you have a drink every night typically?
No.
So when you have like your bourbon, it's just what? Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
No, I might do a weeknight after a long day.
All right.
Maybe a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Because I work from home on Thursday, so I'm like Wednesday night, I'll indulge. I'll have a drink, right? I can sleep in an hour later.
Yeah.
Because I'm working from home. I did cut out beer. I cut out trying to eat anything after like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
I try to not eat anything before 12 p.m.
Okay.
except for I had like my coffee. Maybe I'll have a banana.
All right.
So I'm trying this intermittent fasting thing, but I'm finding where I am not. I sit in a cubicle, man. I sit at a desk. I don't move for 8 hours out of the day, right? And then you're mentally exhausted when you go home, and then all my extracurricular activities that I do that have nothing to do with myself. I'm not making excuses.
Yeah, you're making excuses.
No.
All right, you're not.
I'm being lazy. Like I have 100% time to take care of myself.
Yeah.
But I don't because mentally I'm like, oh, I'm mentally drained.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't be mentally drained. I should be mentally strong.
Yeah.
And
it's too easy to say F it and just have something once in a while or do something stupid once in a while.
Right. Or it's too easy to say, hey, fuck it. I have this pen that I'm just going to inject myself with.
Yeah.
And this will take care of everything else.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a temporary fix for a long-term solution it's not feasible.
Yeah.
It's not feasible.
I know. We don't see necessarily the long term on that. Yeah. It's the hot new thing.
I'm going to try it myself. I'm trying. My next doctor appointment, I'm going to bring it up to my doctor. I'm going to see if I can get it. Let's see what happens.
Really? Huh?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to try it.
All right. Good luck.
Thanks. I mean, I am basically a type 2 diabetic. So
I don't know how that would work with me because I've had thyroid cancer.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's something that I can
yeah,
necessarily
you don't want to
do.
put any more poison in
I
your
don't
body.
know if
Yeah,
that's something I would be able to do, but that's why I'm trying the old school way, and I'm trying to do some treadmill runs and things like that, and with the treadmill I jog for 0.75 mile, then I give up for 0.5 and walk, and then I jog. I actually do more of a faster run for the remainder of that.
You don't
mile.
have to run as long as you're moving your body. That's what they say. As long
Yeah.
as you're moving your body. I'm actually looking to maybe taking up some yoga, something,
Yeah.
anything to get the body moving.
Yeah, tell me how that goes. Yeah.
I'll let you know as soon as possible.
But do you think when it comes to pharmaceuticals and everything, do you think they're pushing their own agenda? Do you think
Oh,
that
hell
they're?
yeah.
I mean, with the whole
Listen.
thing with COVID and everything of that sort, when they were doing the vaccines and all that fun stuff. Oop, gotta watch what I'm saying. I can see vaccine.
Yeah, what happened to us last
I know,
time.
we're gonna get
Listen.
chopped again.
They whipped up vaccine. They whipped up solutions
Yeah.
to certain pandemics. They whipped up solutions very quick.
Yeah.
Whereas, suppose there's long-term illnesses,
Yeah.
like your thyroid cancer, blah blah blah,
Well, cancer in
cancer
general.
in general,
Yeah.
that they just can't figure out how to stop or without
so
chemotherapy and
get you some
surgery and blah, blah,
weight
blah.
loss medication right away. Hey.
Yet
The masses, brother.
I can go online right now and I can go get a drug that'll make my dick hard. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, you know that, but that was just so. Just to elaborate,
It's all cosmetic.
yes, but keep in mind though, John, things happen that are unexpected. Ozempic happened because they created a diabetic medication, and the side effect was weight loss.
Right.
Viagra happened because they were creating a heart medication, and it made your penis hard. So there were certain things that it just happened by mistake.
But it's funny how they can come up with these things,
Yeah.
yet they can't find anything to shrink a tumor or shrink a cancer
Yeah.
or. It's
Yeah.
all about the money, baby.
Yeah. Well, if it goes
It's
back
all about
to
the
go back
Benjamins,
to
baby.
oxycodone and and all that and the addiction, and you could watch Dope Sick if you're ever curious about how all that went, and pain medications and the addiction behind it, and the lengths and people would go, and what happens is a lot of these people, and you see that a lot of it is about the money. It's sad.
It's all about the money.
Yeah.
All of it.
Sad but true. There's a couple of them on that when it comes to prescription painkillers and all that stuff. And it's sad. It's sad to see that they take advantage almost of people who had you could have a sports player, a professional football player that had a very bad injury. They didn't realize they had an addictive personality until they started taking these painkillers.
Yeah. So my problem is I have an addictive personality.
Mm-hmm. What are you talking about?
I hate bourbon. I got into the craft beer. Now I'm into the bourbon. I was into cigarettes. I am afraid to take certain pills or certain things because I have that addictive personality.
Well, maybe keep that into consideration before you get Ozempic, man. Maybe you want to keep that in mind.
Well, maybe I do. Yeah, I don't know.
The long-term advice, the best thing to do, the long-term thing is obviously
you want to hear the silly
gotta
shit?
eat right and exercise.
I was addicted to saffron. What was the shit you used to put in your nose?
Oh, like Flonase? Or
No.
Neosynephrine?
What is it?
The one that clears it?
Yeah. Like I was addicted to that in high school.
Yeah.
And I used to all the time, and all of a sudden it was like I never did cocaine in my life, nothing like that. But putting this stuff in my nose, even when I wasn't clear, I was like it was good. And then all of a sudden I start burning. And I'm like, this don't feel right anymore. I'm like, let me stop.
Yeah,
I used to be addicted to dip, right? Remember dip? Like
Yeah,
tobacco you put in your lip? And all of a sudden I started getting all these cuts in my bottom of my mouth. And I was like, this don't feel good no more. And I stopped. Like I have that personality. And then when I start feeling something's like, this is not right. Something's wrong here.
Yeah.
I'm okay to stop.
Good.
But certain people can't stop.
Yeah.
Like they don't know when to stop.
Yeah. You have to know when to stop. You have to be able to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean,
I know. I mean, all these vices.
Listen.
So what do we have here? What are we drinking?
I'm cutting out beer.
This is a collab between Other Half, Monkish,
It's a triple collab.
and
A trolab. You don't remember?
I don't.
So this is a collab between Other Half, Monkish. Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
Let me
fucking
see,
this.
Johnny.
Does it even say?
I thought it was it the
You sure it's a triple collab? Oh, maybe right here.
yeah.
Other Half, Monkish, and the Veil. The Veil.
I thought it was the Veil, and I was going to say the Veil, but then I questioned. Yeah, the Veil.
Yeah.
Yes. So Another Half, Monkish, and Friends Week mashup with the Veils,
Veil.
White Ferrari, and Monkish's Foggy Window.
Yeah. This is one of those beers that we bought where we split them all up.
Yes. This one has big lychee, passion fruit,
Big
and
lychee.
sweet tropical fruit character. I am looking forward to this.
Whoa, calm down.
sorry.
Calm down.
I'm sorry.
Let me get you some Ozempic.
I'm sorry.
Chill out.
I am looking forward to this. Looks good, man. I am looking forward to this, and we should just.
There's still more in there.
Yeah, we should just. Well, you got to drive.
Yeah, I got to drive. This is our 8th episode of the day, so
Yeah.
I don't even know where I'm at.
We're doing records today, bro.
Is this hula hands? Where am I?
Yeah, let's get the nose on this, brother. Ooh, man, I could tell already, brother. I can tell already.
Other half, eh?
Yeah, I'm actually going.
So
Actually, at this point,
you would have went already.
I had went already to
Our next episode, we'll hear about it.
Yes, we can talk about it next episode. Other half, the anniversary party. Yes,
so
me and
jealous.
Dom. Yeah, we're heading over. Yeah,
You didn't even invite me.
you'll be away getting shot.
Yeah. Bahamas, other half.
Yeah.
Bahamas, other half.
Yeah, well, you gotta sort out your priorities.
I know. I'm
Cheers.
stupid.
Solid. That is solid, bro.
Bang, yang, 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 yang.
Yeah.
This is good. So this is what you want your beer to taste like.
Yeah.
It's perfection. It's got the right amount of hops. It's
Yeah.
got the right amount of flavor.
You got East Coast meets West Coast meets every coast.
Yeah.
It's really good.
And Ferrari's my favorite car. I would go for that. So this is 8%.
Nice.
Monkish and the Veil. Where's the Veil? Where is the Veil? You're not gonna know. Look it up.
I think I know, but I kind of
Is it upstate New York?
I kind of want to just double check before I make a fool out of myself.
No, make a fool. What do you think? Where do you think it is?
I think it's in Virginia, but I'm not 100% sure.
Ooh, you know what? Now that you say that, I think you're right.
Yeah, it looks like they have Richmond, Norfolk, Virginia. Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent.
Cool. Richmond, Forest Hill. Yeah.
So this is not something that you can just buy at a store.
No.
We bought this over the internet with a bunch
Yes.
of other beers that we've done quite a few over the last.
I'm really happy we
weeks.
did this one. I know Jay had proposed that one where you had to spend $1,000 every week. We didn't want to do that one. we thought it was like it was like $300 or something. We thought it was for 1 week, and then
Jay
he's like,
had a
it's like-
great idea.
Yeah.
Other half is coming out with like all their anniversary stuff,
Yeah.
and they came out with like 1 through whatever, and he's like, he talked us into it, and then
Yeah.
we really thought about it. It didn't. It was a little more than what we thought.
Yeah.
What he was proposing, and I'm not opposed to it. If he wants to do it and bring it over, I'm more than
Yeah.
happy.
He could bring one over.
But this is, I believe, this was you that saw this,
yes.
and this was probably one of the best investments I think that we've
Yeah,
made
'cause
in a bulk buy of
yes,
beer.
it was a one-time buy. It was all Monkish collabs, and it was one that I was like, all right, let's do it. It's but Jay is doing is what's leading up to this anniversary party,
Yeah.
and they're bringing out some cool stuff.
Is he going with you?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Interesting.
too cool for school.
Too cool for school.
But they're gonna have all those beers probably on draft. So,
And I'm not gonna lie, I did buy this with you, right? We
Yeah.
split it all up, so I'm out.
yeah,
I drank them. I
Yeah.
knew what was coming,
yeah.
and I was super excited.
Yeah. Yeah, this I liked. Yeah, I would do another kind of collab like this or something of that sort.
Out of all of them, this might have been my favorite one.
Yes. But which, like I said, once again, we're under the impression that's what we're getting for the other one. But yeah, this is good. This is solid. This might be, out of the collabs that we've had with Monkish and Other Half, and this one with Veil as well, this might be the best one I've had. I'm not
That's
sure.
why I said this was probably my favorite one out of all of them. When you pulled that out of the fridge, I was like, I'm gonna pretend I don't know about it, but I am super excited
Yeah,
for
this
it.
is really good.
I like it.
Nice, good
And
stuff.
I'm glad you didn't drink it by yourself. I'm glad you're able to share it with me.
No, I hardly have a beer, unless it's out of my draft, that I don't split with someone. Be it my wife, be it with you, or be it whoever's over, I just tend to...
I have nobody to split my beer with.
Your wife doesn't want to drink this?
She wouldn't drink that. No.
My
And
wife was drinking my main lunch the other day. I was
great.
surprised.
I
Yeah.
wish. I'm trying to get her more into the beer, but
Yeah.
my buddy Chris was doing dry January, so I didn't have anybody to hang out with. Now it's February.
Chris, why? Why?
Dry January.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? I think we said this last year too, and then we had him on after, right?
Yeah.
Chris, we'll get you back on here soon.
Oh,
buddy.
he actually mentioned he would love to come
Yeah.
back on. So
Yeah,
next
yeah.
time, maybe next time.
And then yesterday we had our fantasy football meeting for next year or whatever, and Steve Pillow said he wanted to come on as well.
Did he really?
Yeah, I think so. He's like, yeah. I think it was before you signed on.
Oh yeah.
He's like, oh, when I'm coming on, maybe it was just busting balls.
I'd bring him
but-
on. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
he'd come.
Yeah. Well, we could talk about salads.
He was eating salad.
He was eating salad. Yeah. On that note, guys, I think we're about to close things out. We want to give a shout out to Other Half,
Other
The
half.
Veil,
Monkish.
Monkish. Yes.
Virginia, California, New York.
Old Forester, 1924. Solid.
Listen, it's a very sought after bottle right now,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what? I dug it.
Good.
I dug it.
I think it dug you.
I hope so.
Yeah. And shout out to
Ozempic.
well, or no shout out to
No.
Ozempic. Be aware, guys. Do your research before you start popping shit into your system. Before you start injecting yourself. Know what you're getting yourself into before you do it. Be smart. Don't be stupid.
Side effects: you may bleed out your asshole.
Yes, you might die of cancer, but we don't know that. It could be good. Who
You
knows?
may want to become a woman.
Yeah,
You may
we're-
want to become a man.
We're not doctors. We don't freaking know. But we're all we're saying is just be
Your
aware.
testicles might shrink.
Yes, yes. Well, that's steroids.
Your vagina might grow.
Yes, yes. On that note, John, cheers, buddy.
Cheers, pal.
All right, and as always, cheers to you
Cheers to you.
guys. Later.
Thanks, guys.